Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I did my makeup in high school. This is the finished result. I personally don't think it looks that bad, but I still did make a lot of mistakes in high school and there was a lot of things that I would do differently if I had the chance. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and let's get right on into it. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is put some concealer underneath of my eyes. And I never put concealer on blemishes or anything, so if I had any blemishes or anything like that, I was just SOL. Trust me when I say I had really, really bad skin in high school. I'm just gonna blend this out with my fingers. I did have, I always struggled with really bad dark circles and everything and veins, so I did put concealer on my eyelids too. About setting that with a powder or anything because I used powder foundation, and I would either take a powder foundation like this and just any brush that I had, or I would take a powder foundation that came with a brush. I was using one for a long time that came with a brush on top of it, but I didn't have any good brushes like I do now, so I am going to use one of the brushes that I don't really like. When I got this, I used it in my Sephora banana powder video, and I said that it was good, and it was. It was soft and nice and everything, but I washed this thing just one time, and now it's completely ruined. It's really scratchy and just not that good anymore. So I am going to take CoverGirl True Blend Minerals in shade Medium. And just put it on my face like that. And this shade I already know is going to be way too dark for me because I used to tan a lot, and I really haven't done that in a long time. So I know this shade is going to be way dark. Drugstore powder foundations, no matter what brand it is, tend to be really orange. Drugstore doesn't really have a problem with that with liquid foundations, but their powder foundations, as far as I've found, are all super orange. So this color would have matched me at the time. It still would have been a little orange on me, but it would have matched my actual skin color. Oh my god, you guys, powder foundations are just awful. This is not very fun for me right now. Plus they're really messy. This is getting all over the place right now. And then of course we are going to put this underneath of the eyes and on the eyelids too. Looking that bad on camera, but trust me, this is so incredibly orange in person. Looking in the mirror right now, I look really orange. I want to zoom you guys in just to show you this. It looks like you really can't tell how cakey this really looks. In person, it looks so much more cakey than what the camera is making it look like. This looks a lot worse, and you can see such a huge difference. This right here in the camera is not even picking up how bad it really is in real life, how dark this is. And like I said, it would have matched me, my color, but it still was too orange for me. Okay, so the next thing that I would have done in my routine is eyeshadow, and this is the exact same eyeshadow palette that I used in high school, and it is from Avon. And my favorite colors to use were this green color here and this pink color over here, especially more the pink color. So in high school I really did not know much about brushes. I would have just taken a brush like this or else the sponge tip applicator that was in the palette. But I did have brushes like this in high school, so I would have grabbed either the sponge tip applicator or something like this. I did really well in high school. Honestly, I don't want to be a bad influence on anyone, but school is definitely one of the things that I regret the most. Not doing good. I don't regret doing good, but I regret caring so much about my grades and spending just so much time worrying about that kind of thing. It is definitely one of the things that I regret the most out of high school. And like just caring so much about what people think. I had no idea how little I would really care about those kind of things once I was out of high school. But yeah, I did really well. I had straight A's. I was always a really good student. I always did really good on my tests and everything. But that doesn't mean that school wasn't still hard for me. School was still hard for me just because of the fact that I was constantly thinking about my grades and worrying about it. Okay, so in high school, I did fill in my brows. I did not do it the way that I do now, but I still kind of did. And brush my brows out and then fill them in with a pencil like this. Like just one of these really kind of cheapy, not so good brow products. I would never use this now, but I did used to fill in my brows with this. So I'm going to do that. Once they were filled in like this, I just kind of brushed through them again. This is not a very good spoolie, and I know that now. It's not like tough enough to really comb the hairs and blend the product, but that's just what I had and what I used. And at the time, I didn't like try to make an arch or like shape them in any type of way. I would just trace them the way that my brows were, and I would leave it at that. Just fill in all the bald patches because my eyebrows were really bald and I hated that. So I would just like fill in the bald patches as my brows were and leave it at that. And then after I was finished with that, I would take a black eyeliner. And now this is kind of where it gets really crazy. This is the exact eyeliner that I would use. This is the Maybelline Draw a Line eyeliner. So I would just sloppily draw a line like that, and then I would take this sponge side of it like this. That, I would kind of take a light layer of that same eyeshadow and just put it over it. Just dropped my palette and broke it, so I'm just gonna keep a hold of this mirror and use it. But anyway, after I did that part, I would take the same eyeliner and just put it in my waterline. I'm going to quickly smudge this out with this just a little bit, but I'm gonna do it off camera because I was gonna try to do it on camera, but then it just seemed really difficult and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm gonna quickly smudge this a little bit under my lash line with this, and I'll be right back. And once I got it like that, I would take just the tiniest bit more eyeliner on the top, just a really thin line. I would never go anywhere without eyeliner. Like, it was my security blanket. That and mascara. Eyeliner and mascara, I had to have them. And now the next step, I would put on some mascara. It didn't really matter what mascara I had. I was always switching out. Every time I ran out of a mascara, I would go to the drugstore and just pick out any one I hadn't tried. I always wanted to try new things and I always hated them. But this just happens to be the mascara that I had right before I discovered YouTube, basically. This is the mascara that I was using. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes in the waterproof version. By the way, I always really hated school, and not because of the work, because like I said, I was good at school. I always had good grades. That's not what I hated about it. What I hated about it was having to get up, because I was always so tired. Like, I would stay up super late. I had insomnia. There was just nothing I could do to get myself to sleep. And then waking up that early was really hard for me to do. So pretty much I slept a lot in school. And I never got in trouble for that though, because the teachers knew that I would get my work done. Like, whatever I did not get done in class, I would take home and get it done. I would stay up until like 4 or 5 in the morning and then have to get up at like 7 o'clock, 6:37. The next thing that I would do is I would put on this lip stain. This is CoverGirl Outlast Lip Stain, and it just looks like this. This is the same exact one that I have had since like junior high, and this is the only thing I ever used. I always used just this one, and it's lasted me really long. It still actually has pigment to it. Use this product every single day. I didn't use it every single day. A lot of times I would just wear chapstick to school and that's it. But if I was feeling really fancy, I would wear this. And so here it is, all finished, my makeup. And now I'm going to show you my hair actually, because this is the hairstyle that I did a lot in high school when I didn't straighten my hair. So this is how I would do my hair if I wasn't going to straighten it. 90% of the time I always straightened my hair. I just liked the way that I looked with that more. But like, again, if I was feeling fancy, like on a day I would want to wear this, I would crimp my hair, and it looked like a lot more bubbly kind of crimped back then. My crimper has just gotten really old and it's just not so good anymore. But I would crimp my hair like this. It looked a lot more bubbly. And then if like my bangs were kind of frizzy or whatever, I would take this exact thing right here and pin them back like that. Not exactly like that. I'd find like a better way to do it. Or I would like bubble my bangs like this and put it in there. I really liked bubbling my bangs. I did that a lot even when my hair was straight. Or I would like tease all of my roots and bubble just my bangs. But yeah, I would crimp my hair just like this. So this is exactly how I did my makeup for most of my junior high and high school years. Aside from maybe not wearing this lipstick every day and sometimes wearing the green eyeshadow. Here it is kind of up close. So as you can see, the powder foundation doesn't cover pimples very well. The foundation, actually, now that it's been sitting on my skin for a while, it's starting to look a lot less orange. It still does look orange, but it looks a lot better than it did when I first put it on. And actually, even in real life, it is too. It's looking a lot better. And then this is exactly how I did my eyes all the time. lot of liner. Sometimes I wouldn't even put the eyeshadow over it and I would just have eyeliner all over my lid. It was crazy. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!